Good morning, friends. Welcome to class of English 2. I hope you'll be fine. Today we'll start rest paragraph of the story, the use of force. So first of all, you open your book, page number 36, and we'll start from the next paragraph. Now see, you have read in the beginning the doctor was dealing the child very gently, and when the child does not listen the doctor and attacked at him, the doctor became angry, and he has said to the child that she is old enough to understand. The child is old enough to understand what the doctor says. So the doctor warns that if she does not open her mouth by herself, then he will have to open it forcefully. Now let's start. Up to here we have discussed. Now see the next. Not a move. Even her expression hadn't changed. Her breaths, however, was coming faster and faster. Then the battle began. I had to do it, and I had to have a throat culture for her own protection. But first I told the parents that it was entirely means completely up to them. I explained the danger, but said that I would not insist here force on a throat examination so long as they would take the responsibility. Now in this paragraph you will come to know the writer described, even after listening the word of the doctor, threatening word of the doctor, the child does not move, and her expression was not changed. Her breaths were coming faster and faster, and the fight began. The fight began between doctor and the little child. Doctor had to do something what he follow in treating the patients, and he had to have throat culture for her own protection. But first he told the parents. Doctor told the parents the danger of the disease of the child, and he told them that he would not insist on throat examination as long as they would not take responsibility. He told that if they do not take the responsibility, he will not insist on examination, or you can say what will say throat exam. He will not insist on a throat examination. Clear? Now see the next paragraph. If you don't do what the doctor says, you will have to go to the hospital. Mother admonished her severely. Admonish means warned firmly. WARNED. Warned firmly. And severely, seriously. Now see. Now, listening the word of the doctor. What doctor says? He told them if they do not take the risk, he will not examine her throat. Clear? Then getting the word of the doctor, the mother became angry, and she said that if she does not do what the doctor says, then they will they will take her to the hospital. Otherwise, what you can say that he will have to go to the hospital. Right? The mother warned the child firmly and seriously, that if she does not obey, does not follow what the doctor says, or if she does not do what the doctor says, she will have to go to the hospital. Now see the next paragraph. If here, oh yeah, here, I had to smile to myself. After all, I had already fallen in love with the savage. Savage here, violent. Uncivilized also you can derive, but here will say violent or fierce. Violent or fierce. And brat means troublesome child. The parents were contemptible. Contemptible means despicable. Despicable. Despicable, in other words, can say mean. MEAN. Here, what is it? Contemptible to mean in ensuing the struggle. Ensuing here, occurring. Occurring, OCCURING, or succeeding, SUCCEEDING. Ensuing the struggle, they grew more and more abject. Abject here, experience. Crushed here, deformed or defeated, and exhausted, tired. While she surely rose to the magnificent, splendid height of insane here madness, and fury, rage, anger, of effort, bred of her terror, bred here, reproduced of her terror of me, fear. Now in this paragraph, the writer has described that doctor had to smile himself, and after he had described that he was attracted by that violent, troublesome child, right? Troublesome child. But he was attracted by the child. He was ready to examine. The doctor was attracted, he had written, and fallen in love with the savage. Savage means violent, and brat means troublesome child. Doctor was attracted by the violent, troublesome child. But he hates the parents. He hates the parents. Contemporary here, despicable. Parents were despicable, means the parents were in the mind. They were very mean. Or you can say the doctor hates the parents. In ensuing, in succeeding, in occurring the struggle, they grew more and more, what will say, more and more tired. Parents, what will say? At the following events, right, see it is, yes, what has written, in the ensuing struggle they grew more and more abject, crushed, exhausted, tired, while she surely rose to the magnificent, magnificent means splendid, heights of insane, madness, mad, anger. Fury means younger, effort, and bred means reproduce, terror, fear, Now, at the following events, right, they are more hopeless. Who are more hopeless? Parents are more hopeless. Clear? Defeated, and weak. Here you write exhausted, tired, or you will derive weak. So at the following events, parents are hopeless, defeated, and weak. But she rises. Who rises? She rises to the greater height of anger. And the writer has described here that she surely rose to magnificent. She rose to the splendid height of the madness, anger of effort to reproduce of her terror, to a terror of him. Now, see the next line. The father tried his best. Next paragraph. The father tried his best, and he was a big man. But the fact that she was his daughter, and his shame at her behavior, and his dread means fear, dread of her hurting her, made him release her just at a critical times, critical very important time, critical times when I had almost achieved success till I wanted to kill him. Doctor's word, see, a fight is going between doctor and the child. But his dread also, a dread fear also that she might have diphtheria made him to tell me to go on, though he himself almost fainting. Fainting means unconscious. Here what will say? Lose unconscious. Fainting, lose unconscious. While the mother moved back and forth behind us, raising and lowering her hands in an agony. Agony here, pain, torture, and apprehension, mental order, mental pain. Now, see, in this paragraph, the writer described the father tried his best. When the doctor commanded him to do something, he did. The father did his best, and he was a big man. Father was a tall person, big man, but the fact that that child was his daughter, and he felt shame at the behavior of his daughter, and his fear, he had a fear that doctor can reach harm. He had a fear of hurting her, made the fear, we can say, his fear of hurting her made him release her. He left. When the doctor told to hold it, in between what he did, he left the child. And he left the child at the very important time when the doctor had almost achieved the success. Now, till now, he wanted to kill. Doctor wanted to kill that. But doctor wanted to kill him. He was got very angry. But his dread, fear, or fearfulness, you can say. Dread means fear or fearfulness. Dread means fear or fearfulness. But his fear also that she might have diphtheria. Who had fear? Parents had. Doctor had fear that she had diphtheria. Diphtheria made him, he knows the danger of the disease. So he requested the doctor to go on. He asked the doctor to go on through. He himself was almost fainting. Means he you can say lost. He was almost losing consciousness, while the mother was moving here and there behind them and raising her hands upper, lower, and rising lower. Now see, the doctor, see, it is while the doctor was holding, and that time her mother, child's mother, was moving back and forth here and there behind them and raising and lowering her hands in torture, in agony, in pain of mental pain, you can say mental order, mental state. But her in front, see here, this line, put her in front of you on your lap, I order, and hold both her wrists. After the doctor asked the parent, asked the father of the child, to put the child on her lap and hold the wrist of the child. See the next paragraph. But as soon as he did, the child let out a scream. Let out means started crying. Don't! You are hurting me. Let go of my hands. Let them go, I tell you. Then she shrieked. Shrieked here, uttered cry. Shrieked, uttered cry. U-T-T-E-R-E-D, uttered cry. Terrifyingly means dreadfully. Terrifyingly, dreadfully. Hysterically means uncontrollably. Hysterically. Stop it. You are killing me. Do you think she can stand it, doctor? Said the mother. Now see in this paragraph, when the doctor asked the father of the child, to put the boy on his lap and hold the both wrists. But as soon as he did, the child started crying. To leave me, you are, don't catch, you are hurting me, you are reaching me pain, you are hurting me, and let go of my, you free, the child request to free her hands, and let them go, I tell you. The child told that, you free my, leave my hands, leave my wrist. Then she shrieked. Now see, the child started crying, leave me, don't touch me, okay, leave my wrist, leaves her wrist, and then she shrieked. Then she uttered cry, dreadfully and uncontrollably, stop it, stop catching me, stop holding me, you are killing me. She told that he is killing him. Do you think she can stand it, doctor? Said the mother. Then mother asked the doctor whether she can understand the force of doctor. She asked the doctor whether she could understand the force. You get out. While the mother was asking the doctor, you get out, said the husband to his wife. Do you want her to die of diphtheria? Come on now and hold her, I said. Now, when the mother asked the doctor in between, the father of the child became angry, and he told the lady to go away from that place, and he asked whether she wanted her to die of diphtheria, the disease diphtheria. And then what happened? Come on now, hold her, I said. Doctor ordered him to catch him. What he said? Then come on now and hold her, I said. Then doctor told the father to hold the child tightly. Now see the next paragraph. I grasped. What is it? Now see the next paragraph. I grasped. Grasp means here gripped or hold the child's head with my left hand and tried to get the wooden tongue depressor. Wooden tongue depressor, a device used by physician to press the part down. Press the tongue down. A device used by depressor, a device used by the physician to press a part of the organ, a part of the tongue down to see something inside. Between her teeth, she fought with clenched teeth, tight. Clenched means tight. Desperately, here seriously. But now I also had grown furious, fierce, or you can say anger at a child. I tried to hold myself down, but I couldn't. I know how to expose a throat for inspection and the mouth, and I did my best. Who did his best? Doctor did his best. When finally I got the wooden spatula means turner. What to say? Turner with narrow flexible blade, or you can say turner. Spatula means turner. Behind the last teeth and just the point of it into the mouth cavity here you will not indicate teeth, you will derive here space. She opened up for an instant means moment, for a while, but before I could see anything, she came down again and gripping means holding the wooden blade between her molars grinding teeth. Molars means grinding teeth with a broad crown. Yes, molars, and she reduced it into splinters here into pieces before I could get it out again. Now see in this paragraph what happened. And then doctor gripped the child's head with his left hand and tried to get the wooden tongue depressor between her, tried to place the wooden, you can see, the wooden tongue depressor between her teeth. She fought with the child was fighting with them, and she did? She fought with tight teeth, and you can say seriously, desperately, seriously. But now he also had grown angry, and became fierce, right? And you can say he had also grown extremely anger at the child, and he tried to hold himself down, but he could not. He also lost his patience in dealing the child. Now the doctor had described, the writer described that the doctor knows how to expose a throat for inspection, and he did his best. When finally he got the wooden spatula turner behind the last teeth and just the point of it into the mouth cavity, mouth place, you will say mouth chamber, she opened up for a moment. Who opened? The child opened for a moment her mouth. But before he was able to see, he could see, who could say? Doctor was able to see anything inside. She came down again and gripping, holding the wooden blade between her molars. What she did? She hold the wooden blade between her molars, her grinding teeth with a broad crown, and she reduced. What she did? She turned with her teeth. What she did? She made into pieces. She turned into pieces before he was able to get it out. Before he was able to get spatula out of her mouth, she turned into pieces. She grind. Okay. Now see. Next line. Aren't you ashamed? The mother yelled. Yelled means cried. Aren't you ashamed to act like that in front of the doctor? Now see. When the doctor applied tongue depression, right, or spatula inside the mouth, she closed it. The child closed the teeth tightly, and the doctor, seeing this, doctor became very angry, and he could not control himself. He got the depression into the mouth, but she broke it. Who broke it? The child broke it with her molars. Molars, grinding teeth. Right. Next, what happened is then seeing this, the mother became angry, and she started scolding the child. Are you not feeling shame? What are you doing in front of the doctor? Are you not feeling shame? Acting like this before the doctor. Now see the next paragraph. Get me a smooth handle spoon of some sort, I told the mother. Who told? Doctor told the mother. We are going through with this, and the child's mouth was already bleeding. Her tongue was cut, and she was screaming in wild, hysterical here, agitated, hysterical shriek. Perhaps I should have desisted here, stopped, and come back in an hour or more. No doubt it would have been better, but I have seen at least two children lying dead in bed of neglect in such cases, and feeling that I must get a diagnosis now or never I went at it again. Now, but the worst of it was that I too, he also, had got beyond the region I could have torn the child apart in my own fury, here raise, anger, and enjoyed it. It was a pleasure to attack her. My face was burning with it. Now see what happened in this paragraph. The writer described. Then when the child turned the spatula into the pieces, doctor asked the mother to bring a spoon of some sort. They are going through this. What he said? We are going through with this. They are going through with this, and the child's mouth was already bleeding. The blood was coming from the child's mouth. Her tongue was cut, and she was crying in wild, in uncontrolled, and she was agitated. What is it? Hysterical, agitated. Right. Hysterical. What to say? Hysterical shriek, cries. Hysterical cries. Shrieks means cries. Perhaps he should have stopped at that point. At that time, doctor thought that he should have stopped and come back after passing some time he should come, or after 1 hour, passing 1 hour, he should come to see the child again. No doubt it would have been better. This decision would have been better. But doctor has seen at least 2 children lying dead in bed of negligence. They became the victim of negligence and they died. So he had noticed, he was the witness of the death of the 2 children, or you can say he has seen at least 2 children lying dead in bed of neglect in such cases and feeling beyond the reason. And he could have torn the child. Now after this, now see what happened? He would have been, it would have been better, but he has seen, I told you this one, and feeling that he must get a diagnosis now, he decided to check the child that time only, without any break, without being failure, without giving break. He wanted to come to the result. He wanted to check the throat of the child, and he went at it again, and he started. But the worst of it was that he also had got to attack her. He also became angry and wanted to attack the child, right? When the child was not listening, he became angry and wanted to, in aggressive mode, wanted to attack the child. He could have torn the child. Right, apart in his own anger and enjoyed it. Now, it was pleasure for the doctor described, it was pleasure to attack her. His face was burning with it, with the behavior of the child. His face was burning, right? Now see next paragraph. The damned here, cursed, damned, evil, what to say, wish harm upon, or evil, or you can say cursed. Damned means cursed. The little brat, that uncontrolled, little troublesome child, you can say, little child, you can say, must be protected against her own idiocy, extreme mental retardation, idiocy, you can say, idiocy, extreme mental retardation. One says to one's self at such time, other must be protected against her. It is social necessity, and all these things are true, but a blind fury, blind rage, intense anger, a feeling of adult shame, and bred of longing for the muscular release are the operatives, and one goes on to end. Now see what happened. You have seen now in the But such a neglect, in the beginning he wanted to live for 1 hour, but such neglect might cause her death. So he himself, doctor himself, was more uncontrollable, and he wanted to tear the child, right, and enjoy it. He enjoyed attacking her. His face looked happy. Moreover, the child must be protected. Child must be protected, although she is stupid. Now see, a damned little brat, a cursed little child, must be protected against her own idiocy. So here the child must be protected, although she was stupid, and his it is his social responsibility, right? It is his social responsibility. Therefore his anger and his shame and his desire to use force inspire him to attack her unreasonably. He forced the spoon. Now you'll come to know what happened. Other must be protected. It is a social necessity, social responsibility, and other here. And all these things are true. All these things are real, true. Thus, but blind fury here, blind anger, a feeling of adult shame, right? It's not good. And bread means reproduce a longing. Longing means desire of muscular, the powerful release or the operative secrets. One goes on to end. In final unreasoning assault, see the next paragraph. Unreasoning assault means attack. I overpowered here, overcome or won the child's neck and jaws. Jaws, this portion. Jaws. I forced the heavy silver spoon back of her teeth and down her throat till she gagged. Till she gagged means screamed, and there it was, both tonsils covered with membrane, a thin sheet of tissue. She had fought valiantly, and you can say with valor or in a violent manner, and we can say with courage and determination. She had fought with courage and determination, you can say valiantly, to keep me from knowing her secrets. She had been hiding the sore throat for 3 days at least, and lying to her parents in order to escape. Escape means get away. Just such an outcomes as this. Outcomes here, results. Now in this paragraph you will come to know that in the final unreasoning attack, he overpowered, the doctor overcame the child's neck and jaws, and he forced the heavy silver spoon back of her teeth and down her throat till she gagged, she cried, and there it was, both tonsil. And when he applied the spoon, he noticed the both tonsils covered with membrane. Tonsil, right? Membrane, a thin sheet of tissue or layer of cells acting as a boundary. Clear? So what happened after that? Now see. So both tonsils covered with membrane, and she had fought, the girl had fought with courage and determination to keep him away from knowing her secret. And why she wanted to keep him away from knowing the secret? Because for the last 3 days that girl had been hiding this painful throat, right, and telling lie to her parents in order to get away such an result. Otherwise, when the parents will come to know that she is having problem, she is suffering from pain, then they will call the doctor, and doctor will go through the throat examination. In this way she will suffer, right? So she wanted to escape from this. So she tried her best to avoid him. Now she had been hiding the sore. What? See again. The child fought with courage and determination. Determination to keep him from knowing her secret, keep him away from knowing the secret. And she had been, the doctor described, writer described that the child had been hiding this fact, that hiding that sore throat, that painful throat for the last 3 days, for the 3 days at least. And she was telling lie to her parents in order to get away just such an outcome, such results. So she did not tell what happened to her. She was hiding the sore infection, or you can say that sore throat. Otherwise parents will call the doctor, they will take her to the doctor, and doctor will go through the throat inspection, throat examination, and child will suffer. Now see the next paragraph. Now truly she was furious, and she had been on defensive before, but now she attacked, tried to get off her father's lap and fly at me, while tears of defeat blinded her eyes. Now see this. Now see the last paragraph. Now really she was ferocious, she was angry, she was very fierce, and she had been on defensive before, but now she attacked and the girl tried to get off or get away her father's lap and fly. And fly means he fly and here get away from father's lap and fly at him, while the tears of defeat blinded. The tears of defeat, at the time the child was weeping, crying, so she was tears of defeat blinded. Tears, what kind of defeat? She was defeated by the doctor. Doctor has cleared that due to this reason the child is having fever, so she was not ready to accept her defeat. She was not ready to cooperate and show her throat. So when she was finally defeated, the doctor had diagnosed that this girl had this problem and diphtheria. So the girl was crying on her defeat, and the defeat blinded her eyes. The tears of defeat blinded her eyes. Now see, actually it appears rather unkind to use the force. Here doctor had applied the force to come to know the real reason, right? But the story may be trying to say that it is justifiable to use the force for a right cause. His intention was good, for right reason, for right cause. He was forcing to see, and using force to upset or hurt someone is really bad. But if the same force is used for right purpose, it can be justified. Finally, the doctor's behavior upset the child for a short time, but its long-term effect will certainly be good. Okay, so the story is over now. We have finished the story of lesson 5, the use of force. Now we complete the exercises. So I would like to request you to open your book, page number 39. Now we complete the first exercise. And in first exercise given, match the sentences in figurative language with their literal meaning. So I would like to tell you in brief what is literal language. Literal language means exactly what it says. Literal language means exactly what it says. And figurative language is used as an imaginative way by using figures of speech like simile, metaphor, hyperbole, personification. These are. So what will say? Figurative language is one which is used as an imaginative way. These are the differences. Now see here, first exercise given, match figurative language with literal. Figurative sentences. What is see? Now match the sentences in figurative language with their literal meaning. See, I am reading this one. First one given 1, 2, 3. It's a given in figurative. At that I ground my teeth in disgust. Second, they were eyeing me up and down distrustfully. Third, I could have torn the child apart in my own fury. The tears, the fourth, tears of defeat blinded her eyes. And fifth one, the child was fairly eating me up with her cold, steady eyes. And sixth, I started to look things over. Now here, another one, see another part. Here is given. You have to find out the literal meaning of the first one. At that I ground my teeth in disgust. The other side you will get the literal meaning. Here it is given 1 to A, B, C, D, E, F up to F. You have to find out the suitable literal meaning. So correct meaning will be C. So what will be? I was angry but could not express my anger. So what will be said? Figurative sentence is first one and you will match with C. C will be the correct literal meaning of the first one. Now you will guess it. You read it and guess it which will be the second literal meaning. First you see the second figurative sentence. They were eyeing me up and down distrustfully. Now you go through the column of literal meaning and find out. So here given 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So correct meaning, here literal meaning of this sentence will be A. They were looking carefully at me from head to feet as if they were trying to make judgment about me. So first figurative sentence, first one you will match with C and second you will match with A. Clear friend? Now you find out third one. Third sentence is I could have torn the child apart in my own fury. So now rest 4 is left. So match it. What should be? This will be meaning. Literal meaning will be I could have made the child feel extremely unhappy or upset. So third you will match with B. Literal meaning of third sentence will be B. Now see the fourth sentence. Tears of defeat blinded her eyes. Now find out, only 3 sentences left. Find out what should be the literal meaning of this figurative sentence. So fourth you will match with F. Correct option will be F. She felt defeated and as she cried, the tears made her unable to see. So fourth figurative sentence you will match with F. Now see the fifth sentence. The child was fairly eating me up with her cold, steady eyes. Now only 2 choices left. Find out the literal meaning. So here will be D. The child was evaluating me and showing her disdain towards him. Now only 1 is left now. I started to look things over and only 1 is option is left. So what will be literal meaning of this sentence is right? E. I started to examine things very quickly. Now again you match it properly. First figurative sentence you will match with C. Second you will match with A. Third you will match with B. And fourth sentence you will match with F. And fifth sentence you will match with D. And sixth you will match with E. Now we start next exercise. It's a given conjunction. First you should know written types of conjunction. What is conjunction said? Conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases or sentences together. Conjunction is a word that joins words, phrases or sentences together. There are 2 types of conjunction: coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction joins coordinate clauses and coordinating conjunction are and, but, for, or, nor, so, and yet. It joins independent clauses. Principal clauses and are called coordinating conjunction. Now see the subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction is used for joining subordinating clauses with independent clause. See here, coordinating conjunction like when, then, that, as, because, until, although, after, and though. These join an independent clause with subordinate clause. What will say? It joins independent clause with subordinate clause and so are called subordinating conjunction. Now then we will start the exercises. The definition given here. So it's a clear conjunction and types of conjunction. Definition of conjunction. A conjunction is a word that joins words or phrases together. Words, phrases or sentences together. And there are two types of conjunction, coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction. The examples given here. See the first exercise given in your book. A. Identify the coordinating conjunction and the subordinating conjunction. Then underline the independent clause. In these sentences, you have to identify the conjunction which are used and find out whether the conjunctions used are coordinating or subordinating. Identify the coordinating conjunction and subordinating conjunction, and then you have to underline in these sentences the independent clause. You know independent clause? Principal clause. Now see here, read the first sentence. Have your food before it gets cold. Have your book written, page number 40. Have your food before it gets cold. So here conjunction used before. Which one is the conjunction? Before. So what write? And you have to find whether it is subordinating or coordinating. It is coordinating conjunction. So what write here? Coordinating. What will say this one? It's coordinating and subordinating. This one is the first one is what right here? Before is subordinating conjunction. Conjunction is before. What right here? Before. Clear? And this one is subordinating conjunction. Subordinating conjunction. Okay. Now see the second one. I fell down the stairs and thus spread my leg. So here you will get and. Clear? And this one is, you guess it, what kind of conjunction it is? Coordinating conjunction or subordinating? This one is coordinating conjunction. And is, what will say? Coordinating conjunction. This one is coordinating conjunction. Okay. See the third one. I love to travel, but I hate traveling by train. So here you will find conjunction but. But is, what you say? But is conjunction. I will have to guess it whether it is coordinating or subordinating. This one is also coordinating. So what write here? But. You write separately. Here I am not getting enough space. So what write? You write but. But is conjunction and you have to write there that is coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction. Now read the fourth sentence. Fourth one is children played in the park until the sun went down. Until the sun. So here you will find conjunction until. Here it is written. So this one is until is conjunction. You have to find out whether it is coordinating or subordinating. So this one is until is subordinating conjunction. Until until subordinating conjunction. Okay, subordinating conjunction. Now I am telling you, in fifth you will underline, you will find out whether it is. Now see the fifth sentence. When mother came, we cleaned up the room. What do you say? When mother came, we cleaned up the room. So when is conjunction. You have to guess what kind of conjunction it is, coordinating conjunction or subordinating. When will be subordinating conjunction. In number 5, when will be, what right there? When will be subordinating conjunction. Clear? And the train, now see the 6th, the train arrived at the station and we boarded it. Now friends, here again you will get here and is coordinating conjunction. Clear? So 6 you will get conjunction and kinds you will get coordinating. And 7, our supplies had run out, so we decided to go to the grocery store. Here you will get conjunction so, and so is also example of coordinating conjunction. And number 8, we were watching TV when the phone rang. The last sentence, here you will get conjunction when, and when is subordinating conjunction. Now check it once again from the beginning. First sentence you will get have your food before it gets cold. This one is before is subordinating conjunction. Second, I fell down the stairs and spread my leg and is coordinating conjunction. I love to travel but I hate traveling by train and is example of coordinating conjunction. I love to travel, now see, I love to travel but I hate traveling. Third sentence, but is example of coordinating conjunction. See the fourth one, the children played in the park until the sun went down. Fourth, until is example of subordinating conjunction. And fifth in your book given, see, when mother came, we cleaned up the room. So when is example of subordinating conjunction. And sixth, the train arrived at the station and we boarded it. And is the example of coordinating conjunction. Our supplies had run out, so we decided to go to the grocery store. And so is example of coordinating conjunction. We were watching TV when the phone rang. When is example of subordinating conjunction. Now it said after this one more sub question given here, then underline the independent class which does not depend on others. So in the first sentence, independent class will be have your food. What will be? Have your food. You have to underline it. Now the second sentence, you will underline I fell down the stairs. I fell down the stairs. What will say? I fell down the stairs. Now in third, you will underline yes, I love to travel. Where it is here. I love to travel. You will get one more independent class here. I here. See, I love to travel. One, and I hate traveling by. Two independent class you will get here. Now see the fourth one. Children played in the park. Children played in the park. Children played in the park. So these are example of independent class. Now see in your see in your book sentence number 5. When mother came, joined by subordinating class. Main class in your sentence will be when we cleaned up the room. When what will say? We cleaned up the room. Main class will be we cleaned up the room. Clear friends? And the first one will be subordinating class, joined by subordinating conjunction. Subordinate class, first part will be subordinate class since it is used by, joined by subordinating conjunction. So first part will be subordinating class, and second will be independent class, or you can say main class. So we cleaned up the room will be independent class. Now see number 6. The train arrived at the station and we boarded. In this sentence, you will get two independent classes or two principal classes. First part will be the train arrived at the station, independent class. Second, we boarded it, second independent class. Seventh sentence, our supplies had run out and we decided to go to the grocery store. So here in 7th you will get two independent class. First one is our supplies had run out, and second independent class will be we decided to go to the grocery store. Now last number 8, we were watching TV when the phone rang. So in this sentence, independent class will be we were watching TV, and when the phone rang will be subordinate class. So we have to underline only independent class. So in number 8, independent class will be we were watching TV. Second exercise, join these sentences using coordinating conjunction or subordinating conjunction. And one more sub question there, and also underline the independent classes. Now see the first sentence I have written here. Rohini will be late today. First sentence. So these two short sentences you will combine by using coordinating conjunction or by using subordinating conjunction. Rohini will be late today. She has a dental appointment. Now you will combine by using reason is given, so you write here because. What right? Rohini will be late. You will combine Rohini will be late today because reason we have to get because she has a dental, what will say? Dental, this one is E. Dental appointment. So what will apply here? Conjunction will be because. Subordinating conjunction. What I done? By using subordinating conjunction, you will combine it. And in this sentence, Rohini will be late today will be independent class. What right? Rohini will be late today will be independent class. Now see the second. Riya wanted another slice of cake. She was on a diet. Clear? Riya wanted, see your book. Riya wanted another slice of cake. She was on a diet. Now you will combine it by using, here you will apply though, although. So what will be? Riya wanted another slice of cake, although she was on a diet. She was on a diet. When you use conjunction, you will start the second sentence with a small letter. So here, Riya wanted another slice of bread will be independent class. What will be friends? Independent class. Clear? So I am going to try now third sentence. I hope you have written. I wanted to buy a jacket. It was very expensive. So right? You have to combine it by using suitable conjunction. So what right here? I wanted to buy a jacket. So right, although it was very expensive. Clear? Expensive. And in this sentence, I wanted to buy a jacket will be independent class, or you can say main class. Now see the fourth sentence in your book. It was cold. The tigress curled around her cuffs. Now you combine it. So what will be? It was cold. It was cold. So reason will give, so the tigress curl, what writing? So the tigress curl around her cuffs. What right? Cuffs. Young ones, cuffs. So in this sentence, what are the line here? It was cold and tiger. It was cold, and second one, the tigress curl around cuffs. So here you will get two independent class. In number 4, you will get two independent class. Now see number 5. My sister almost fainted. She saw a bear coming towards her. Now see this one. My sister almost fainted. My sister almost fainted. Clear? When she saw a bear coming towards her. In this sentence, in this main class will be, or you can say independent class will be, my sister almost fainted. Clear? Now I am going to tell you the 6 and 7. You can do by one. See the 6th sentence. Number 6 is, my sister and I were on the way home. My sister and I were on the way home. The telephone rang. Two simple sentences. Now you will combine it by using conjunction. Here you will use subordinating conjunction by using when. My sister and I were on the way home when the telephone rang. When the telephone rang. When you combine these two simple short sentences into by using the conjunction, so you will apply when, and complete sentence will be, my sister and I were on the way home when the telephone rang. And in this sentence, main class will be, my sister and I were on the way home. What will be the line? My sister and I were on the way home. Now see number 7. The function was dull. The function was dull. The food was wonderful. The food was wonderful. Now in number 7 in your book is given, the function was dull, but the food was wonderful. Function was not very good, but the food was wonderful. So in this sentence, the function was dull will be independent class. Number 8, the older kids wanted a basketball court. The younger ones wanted a skating rink. Now see number 8. So by using suitable conjunction, you can use here coordinating conjunction. So write but. So write here different contrast is given, so you write but. The older kids wanted a basketball court, but the younger ones wanted a skating ring. So in this sentence, number 8, you will find two main clauses. The older kids wanted a basketball court, and the younger ones wanted a skating court. Now is it clear? Now in first sentence, you will use conjunction because, in second you will use although, third also you will use although, and fourth you will use so, and fifth you will use when, sixth also you will use subordinating conjunction when for combining these two sentences, and seven you will use but, and eight you will use but. So in first sentence, independent clause will be Rohini will be late today. In second, Rita wanted another slice of cake will be independent clause, and in third, I wanted to buy the jacket will be independent clause, and in fourth you will get two independent clause. It was cool and the tigress curled around her curves. Number 5 you will get my sister almost fainted. This one is independent clause. Number 6, my sister and I were on the way home. This is the example of independent. This will be independent clause. The function was dull. The food was wonderful. So here in the first part, the function was dull will be independent clause. Example of independent clause. And the older kids wanted a basketball court. The younger ones wanted a skating ring. So here you will get two independent clause. Okay, sir. Now we will start third one. One more exercise. You have to spell. Time to spell. Write it. Spell it right. Now see. Complete this table. In your book, page number 40 and 41, you will get the table. You have to complete it. So here you will get noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. And in your book, it's a given first word given patience. So there is no verb of patience. You will not get verb. You will make adjective. It will be patient, and adverb will be patiently. Now you will get second word apologize. Apologize given in your book. You have to frame noun. So noun will be apology, and adjective will be apologetic, and adverb will be apologetically. Now see the next third one, distrust. Given in distrustfully. So given here distrustfully. Now you will write noun will be distrust, and verb will be also distrust, and adjective will be distrustful. And it's already given in your book, distrustfully. Now see the next sentence. Next word is written here, embarrassment. So verb will be embarrass, and adjective will be embarrassing, and adverb will be embarrassingly. Now see the next one, sickness. Given in your book, sickness, and verb will be sicken, and adjective will be sick or sickly, and adverb will be sickly. Now see the next sentence, next word given number 6, responsible. Adjective place given responsible. Here is a given, so you have to write noun, responsibleness, and you can't frame verb of this word, so no need of writing verb. And it's already given adjective responsible, and adverb will be responsibly. Now see the next word is given terrify. Here word given terrify, you have to make it noun. So when you frame noun, it will be terror, and it's already given terrified, and adjective will be terrified, or you can write terrifyingly. Both you can write terrified or terrifyingly, and here you write terrifyingly. What right say? Terrifyingly. Adverb will be terrifyingly. And now number 8 given here, defensive. See, defensive given in your book. So you will frame noun. So noun will be defense. And here in place of C, you write SE. Then it will be verb defense. Defensive is already given, and then here defensively. What right? Defensively. Okay then. So these table you will have to complete. You can complete by your own, and if there is any confusion, you can, when the school is open, you can ask us. Your doubt will be clear. Now, then this chapter is over. Okay, then now the exercises are over, and rest thing we will discuss in the class. Now our session is over. Now rest we will discuss in the next session. Thank you very much.